welcome back to the channel and a preview of the Scottish Grand National, which is just a few days ago. It'll be run on Saturday at over the 4 mile course, and it promises to be a very good race. But before we get into that, if you want a £10 free bet for over the weekend, all you have to do, it couldn't be easier, hashtag free bet Friday in the comments down below and be subscribed to the channel. Them two things, it'll take you 10 seconds to do it and you'll be in with a chance of winning a £10 free bet. We started it last week and we're going to be doing it every week. Next week it'll be a Grand National preview and another £10 free bet. This time round it's the Scottish Grand National and another £10 up for grabs. So hashtag free bet Friday and be subscribed. It couldn't be easier to be in with a chance of winning a £10 bet. Started it last week. Unfortunately the contestant didn't win, but if you think you can do better, all you need to do is comment and the winner will be revealed at 8 o'clock on Friday night to get me time to get the bets on for the Saturday, give you time to pick out the winner, and hopefully, well in your case, hopefully you'll be rinsing me dry come Saturday afternoon. But the Scottish Grand National itself promises to be a good race and Christian Williams definitely has the best chance of winning it. He's got Kitty's Light first favourite and Win My Wings second favourite. Kitty's Light 5-1. He was second in the Coral Trophy at Kempton just a month ago. That was a race for £150,000. It was very competitive, and it was actually his stablemate who managed to win that. So he was just beaten by his stablemate. I wonder if that'll be the same again. But again, this horse got put up a couple of pounds for that mark of 143 he's got now, which means he carries 11 stone 8 pounds, which I just think with Jack Tudor, he also doesn't have his claim anymore. He lost that. Big congratulations to him, but I think it would have been a very valuable £3 that he would have taken off this horse. He can't do that now, and I think 11 stone 8 horses struggle to carry big weights and win races like these. Also, the favourite is worth taking on. Favourites very rarely win races like that, so the combination of them stats means I'll be taking on Kitty's Light, who is definitely the right favourite I think, but is one that'll run well, probably not winning it though. Second favourite, Win My Wings, also from Christian Williams. This horse won the Eider at Newcastle, and it's been a horse that's been very impressive the last twice. He didn't seem to be progressing much, but the last twice he's shown a lot of improvement over the longer trip, 3 miles on both occasions. He stepped up even further in trip today. I don't think stamina will be too much of an issue. I think others have bigger question marks, put it that way. He stayed on very strongly to win at Kempton on very soft ground, and then won the Eider at Newcastle, which is also a very tough staying test, I should say. But he's been bumped up £8 in the handicap, which would be a concern. Again, he carries 11 stone 5, which would be on the high side, not as bad as Kitty's Light with 11 stone 8, but it's just a concern for me. And again, I just think there might be a horse better handicap than him, because he's already won the big race of the season in the Eider, and it's just, can he back that up being put up £8 in the handicap? I think he'll run well, probably run into a place, but I just don't think he's well enough handicap to be winning a race like this. On to the third favourite in the market, and this is the horse which could be ahead of the handicap, or even though he does have the odd question mark about him, Stormy Judge, rated 139 in both England and Ireland, which is somewhat interesting. Usually the English handicapper has him a couple of pounds higher, but no, off the same rating that he's been running off in Ireland, and he's been running okay in Ireland, and it's for Connections that had the third in this race last year, so they definitely know how to target this race. And I think this horse has a similar profile to the horse that ran last year, that he hasn't been exposed over these marathon staying trips, and I think that could suit this horse, who, again, you've got to take stamina on trust. It's a marked step up in trip, but I think Peter Farr, he knows what he's doing with this horse. I think this has been the long-term plan, and that he's short enough in the market, is well fancied, he's around 10-1 in the market. I think this horse could be the one that he could be ahead of the handicap, or again, he might not stay and he might not go on and win, but where others have almost shown the cards and they're probably well enough handicap, probably got the right handicap mark at the time being, this one could be ahead of 139 in time, but you are taking a risk on stamina. But Danny Mullins taking the ride, of course. he knows how to give a horse a good ride, if you remember, at the Cheltenham Festival on board Flooring Porter. So he's definitely a jockey that's to have on your side is a good thing. And this horse, again, question marks, but he's undoubtedly, well, he's probably the one that sticks out to me as being possibly ahead of the handicap. A Cool Mix comes next in the market, and he's also probably one of the most solid each way chances. Is probably gonna be staying on strongly when others finishing weekly over the 4 mile trip. He was 5th in this last year off a mark of 131. He's down to a mark of 125 this year round, which can only be a good thing. And his form this season hasn't been too bad. He's finished 3rd, 4th, 3rd and 2nd, and that form doesn't read too badly, including 12 lengths behind I Right at Newcastle when finishing 4th. That was a solid enough race, and he's also ran a decent enough race at Doncaster when he finished 3rd, 11 lengths behind Kaluki and Cat Tiger. That wasn't a bad performance as well, and I think the step up in trip really suits this horse. I mean, he jumps well, but he's awfully one-paced, and connections have tried moving him trip-wise all over the place, but I think Marathon Test is the one that'll really suit this horse. I think he'll be prominently enough, he'll jump well enough, and with bookmakers paying 6, 7, 8 places in general I've seen, I think at 14 to 1 this is probably the most likely horse to fill the frame for him, where others do have question marks, and he's probably not good enough or well handicapped enough to win, but he'll be staying on at the end, and I think he'll be prominent and probably stay prominent throughout and probably finish 3rd, 4th, 5th maybe. So I think he's definitely an each way play to round up the video. But to finish, it's a race where I'll just be watching and hoping to see a good performance. I'll probably have a few pounds each way on Stormy Judge and Cool Mix, but for me it's a race where I don't have the strongest opinions. But if you have a strong opinion, don't forget to enter hashtag FreeBetFriday to get a £10 free bet for this race, because if you've got a stronger opinion than me, if you fancy one at a big price, if you pick a 20 to 1 out and it wins, you've got £200 coming your way. So don't forget to do that. All you have to do is hashtag FreeBetFriday and subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you for another preview this time next week, this time for the English Grand National.